if he really did all the things he's saying, I hope that gets proven in court, and I hope he gets punished if he really did that. If he didn't do that, I hope he gets exonerated, and I hope he gets the Hill to 3 months in prison and 3 more in house arrest for failing to pay taxes on close to $1 million.
Right before departing the country to dodge mounting scrutiny over his financial affairs, Floyd Mayweather was allegedly intercepted and detained by federal agents. Joe Rogan has suggested the legendary boxer was attempting to flee the heat surrounding various allegations of money-related misconduct. Joe Rogan explained that Floyd seemingly caught wind that investigators were digging into his tax history and chose to skip town before the legal trouble escalated. He shared a supposed account from an FBI agent who indicated that officers visited Floyd's residence to bring him in for questioning. By the time they arrived, he was already on the move, but authorities managed to track him down just before his flight could take off. Furthermore, they reportedly grounded both of his private jets until their probe was concluded, as many of these high-profile figures have faced major run-ins with the IRS.
Yeah, they all got popped because none of them were paying taxes. They were all getting paid cash.
Yeah.
And so they all got
true.
in trouble. I remember working at Nick's Comedy Stop. They offered you could get paid in cash or in coke.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Like, that's how wild those days were.
Yeah.
Reports further indicated that Mayweather declined to field questions from the press, opting instead to have his attorney address the situation. The lawyer kept his remarks brief, maintaining that Floyd was merely undergoing routine questioning. When pressed about the accusations regarding tax delinquency and financial impropriety, he staunchly defended the athlete's reputation as a respected businessman, dismissing all online claims as baseless.
I think we're going to have very good luck. I think hopefully next week after Floyd Mayweather wins again, I think he's going to come right into the rescue. He does a lot of...
The attorney was also asked to address rumors that Floyd's private jet had been seized at the airport, which he vehemently denied. He labeled these stories as false and pinned the blame on the media for circulating inaccurate gossip. According to his account, Floyd was fully cooperating with authorities and intended to resume his travels once the process concluded. Nevertheless, boxing fans reacted with skepticism, accusing the lawyer of shielding his client with fabrications. One observer quipped that Floyd had simply hired someone as dishonest as himself.
He's been busy. They've both been busy, but I think we will be able to make bail. My interest in getting the bail reduced is that, it's still money out of the family's pockets, and maybe 100,000, 200,000 here, I guess after a while it's real money, right? So from 10 million to 5 million saves $500,000, which I think appropriately shouldn't be wasted.
Other fans suggested that since the lawyer was openly contradicting federal officials, he should face repercussions of his own. Another critic sardonically noted that the reason for the arrest was common knowledge and that the attorney was likely only interested in his fee. Later reports hinted that a portion of Floyd's current predicament stemmed from a tax strategy enacted years prior that had ultimately backfired.
Referred to the person as Suge, and the judge indicated there was case law that said a unique name could be the basis to prove identity. And the case he showed, I think, is different than what the law is. I mean, it's very limited circumstance when that was admissible. And the cases we pointed out to him said, that's not the case here. So that's a change of circumstance, in our opinion. So we wanted the judge to...
Former boxing champion Floyd Mayweather reportedly cleared a tax debt exceeding $22 million using proceeds from his bout against Conor McGregor. Sources indicated that Floyd and his legal team had attempted to postpone payments to the IRS by asserting that his liquidity was constrained at the time. Financial experts later speculated that this was a calculated maneuver to stall for time until his fight earnings were secured.
media going after him? Are they being pressured by someone else to do this? What is the reason why they're doing it? And what do they have on him? I don't know.
But nobody knows. A lot of people are
In essence, Floyd and his counsel were counting on the sluggish pace of the tax bureaucracy to stave off enforcement. It was a risky gambit, as the government could have easily frozen those McGregor fight funds before they ever reached his accounts. Floyd's lawyer subsequently defended the move, claiming that holding the cash was a shrewd business decision because his personal investments were yielding higher returns than the interest accumulating on the tax debt.
He owed that money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money.
Both of these financial maneuvers carried significant risks, as government agencies rarely react favorably when dealing with someone who already has a documented history of tax avoidance. As the unpaid balance compounded with interest, it appeared that Floyd made little effort to satisfy the debt. Joe Rogan later expressed profound disappointment, noting that he had never seen Floyd entangled in such a serious situation.
Hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats.
Rogan remarked that these were the most alarming allegations he had ever encountered regarding the boxer, suggesting that authorities needed to dig deeper, as there could be far more illicit activity hidden beneath the surface. The controversy intensified significantly after Floyd posted content online showcasing a real estate acquisition valued in the hundreds of millions. Once the property's location was revealed, internet sleuths began verifying the legitimacy of the purchase. As followers and critics dug into the details, these findings reportedly captured the attention of federal investigators, who began gathering evidence. Joe Rogan also disclosed that Floyd allegedly owed $1 million in Mexico after failing to appear at a scheduled media event, despite having already collected the fee. The incident left organizers and journalists who had assembled in anticipation of Floyd's arrival feeling snubbed. While other prominent boxing figures, including Jaime Munguia, were in attendance, Floyd was a no-show. Speculation arose that the move might be tied to business interests involving John Gotti III and future exhibition bouts. ESPN's Salvador Rodriguez corroborated that Floyd had been paid in full prior to missing the appearance without any provided excuse. It was later confirmed that Floyd never departed for Mexico and skipped the conference as suspected. Shortly thereafter, he reportedly scrubbed his Instagram of all promotional content and training videos related to the event, leaving officials feeling deeply frustrated and burned by the outcome.
It's Mayweather versus Gotti III.
The backlash was immediate, with fans and media outlets condemning Floyd for allegedly pocketing a $1 million appearance fee only to vanish. Reports from WBN indicated that the organizers and press were left bewildered, lacking any explanation for his absence. Government planners expressed significant dismay, noting that the incident severely tarnished Floyd's standing within the country.
That's the problem he's going through. I think it may be getting real.
Wow, that's crazy, man. And you would figure his big homie Al Heyman would rectify it
Al's a powerhouse. Al's that dude. Al should be able to rectify anything. He's a Harvard lawyer. He's smart. He got PBC.
Reports suggested that the primary friction between Floyd and Mexican authorities stemmed from his proposed fight with John Gotti III. Until the outstanding debt is settled, it is unlikely that Floyd will be able to host exhibition matches in the region. Around this same time, a former associate offered further insights, suggesting that Floyd's travel was also motivated by ongoing legal disputes with authorities in Dubai from the previous year.
He got all the money in the world. I think they may not want it. Some different countries be wanting different things. Think about it. How many times have, we've been involved with something and we go, nah, man, we just throw some paper at it. And I'm talking back in the days when we was doing our little 1-2s.
Correct.
And nah, they don't want to drop the case. You'd be like, I'll put the money up for the lawyer. I'll put the money up for the bail. They don't want to drop it.
The former employee alleged that Floyd had accepted funds from stakeholders in Dubai under the pretense of bringing major boxing events to the area to bolster the sport. According to the source, Floyd later abandoned these plans, fearing they might negatively impact his brand. The associate also claimed that Floyd was embroiled in multiple financial disputes there and used the travel as a dual-purpose strategy to settle those matters while simultaneously escaping pressure from US regulators.
But
So even if he's making $100 million, if he's burning through 5, 6, 7 million a month, you still got taxes, you still got responsibilities. So I don't know nobody's bag, but me and you, we real. We never count nobody's paper. So
not at all.
I hope he got 10 billion. And I hope he get out of this problem.
That's a fact, because you would figure he should be able to just cash him out. Like whatever the tab is, he should be able to wire that.
I think he could do that with no problem. I think he.
The same source alleged that Floyd's gambling habits were excessive, leading him to incur debts far beyond his means. He purportedly left the country without settling these obligations, successfully keeping the issue out of the public eye. The former employee also recounted a prior stint in Dubai, where Floyd faced intense scrutiny over unpaid debts stemming from failed commercial ventures.
Billy is something.
He did. He made $1 billion plus. Floyd made a lot of money. And I don't really know Floyd's business, so I'm not going to speak on Floyd's business, but Floyd's very, very, as the world knows, he's money made, very flashy. Look, man, we both made some real money, but you start burning through, you make $2-3 million a year, you burning through $100,000 a month. You ain't really got that much money.
Shit, he probably spending way more than that.
The associate explained that Floyd had allegedly accumulated debts from business deals that went sour, leading locals to demand repayment. Given that legal standards in Dubai are distinct and unforgiving, the situation could have escalated into serious criminal charges. He further claimed that Floyd had his passport confiscated during the ordeal, confining him under strict oversight until the matter was resolved.
I don't always talk about different things that I'm doing. What I'm working on right now in New York City, I know you guys, if you guys haven't seen one of my buildings, is One Summit,
Yes.
It's one of the tallest commercial buildings in the world. So just in New York alone, I got 9 skyscrapers.
Yeah. What's the address of that building?
So what I'm working on, I want you guys to know this.
The former staff members noted that while Floyd brought in over $1 billion during his tenure in the ring, his lavish spending habits created persistent financial volatility. The associate asserted that the parties in Dubai were no longer satisfied with empty promises, and Floyd's liquid assets were no longer sufficient to rectify his problems. Although he eventually managed to return to the US, reports suggest the federal investigation into his affairs has grown significantly more dire, with the potential for widespread seizure of his assets and properties.